Okay, so how to make trees for Morrowind. First, you need um, a leaf texture. So either you paint it or you can find some texture like that on the internet. Here I'm using textures.com, it's free. So you want the albedo map and the alpha map. And you also want a bark texture. Here I'm on Polyheaven, it's free too. And you want the ambient occlusion map and the diffuse map. Here. Once you have downloaded this, you go to Photoshop and you import your textures. So here the leaves and the alpha. Okay. What you want to do is go to channel and add a new channel, alpha channel. Then you go here, you select um, your alpha map, Control C, you go to the alpha channel of the diffuse map, Control V, and then you can unselect and delete this, and you have this result. Once you have this, you can tweak it a bit if you want, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Desktop, DDS file, and you have to enable the alpha channels, and you choose BC3 because it has transparency in the alpha channel. Then you can save it. And for the bark texture, you import it to Photoshop. And same with the ambient occlusion map, and you set it to multiply. As you can see, it bake the shadows into the diffuse map. Then you go save as. It's same, you can tweak it, but I don't want to spend too much time. DTS file, and it doesn't have an alpha channel, so you choose BC1 and you can save it. Now we have our two textures. You go to Blender, and here you will have to enable an add-on, which is the extra object add-on. You enable this, and then you go to add mesh single vert, add a single vert, and then you add a skin modifier and a subdivision surface modifier. And from now you can press E to extrude, and it will basically be your bark, your trunk, sorry. So maybe something like this. I'm not really good with this, but just to show you. Alt Z to enable X-ray mode, and then you can enable proportional editing to move it a bit easier. You can change angles. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. You can also rotate it just to give it like a more interesting shape. I don't know. Then you go with Control A, and you will be able to scale the trunk. Control A to give it um, more appropriate shape. You can enable shade smooth, and here we go. You have a trunk. From now on, you go to object mode and you duplicate the object, and you press H to hide it. Then you apply the modifiers, you go to edit mode and we will unwrap the model. So Alt plus an edge to select all the way down. Maxim, you can go here, select a face, shift control to select all the 4 faces, select boundary loop, Maxim, then same here, shift control, delete faces, you don't need that, and then we will apply a material, open, just to check. Here we go, just to check the UVs. UV editor. By the way, if you haven't seen the first video I made, I recommend watching it first. I'm still using the how is it called? UV squares add-on. Follow active squad. You select everything, 2D cursor, place it here. You scale it so it fits the grid. Okay, here we go. And perfect, unwrap. Then you can do the same for the branches. We can also do this. Oh, I will leave it like this for now. Add mesh single vert, add single vert, skin modifier, subdivision surface modifier, and I will move it here. Extrude, extrude, Control A. I need this enable. Fuck. Control A. Here we go. Let's move it a little bit. Okay, perfect. Same. Duplicate. H to hide. You apply the modifiers and you will unwrap it the same way. Here, Control Maxim. You don't need those faces. Delete and Maxim. Okay. Unwrap. You can also put the material. UV unwrap. Same. Here we go. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, and what you will notice is that the text cell density is very different. You see, it's very small here, and while it's much bigger here. So one trick you can do to avoid this is to select half, select half the text, the UV island, and then you mirror it on the x-axis, and then you move it on back on the x-axis like this. And you select everything and you scale it down, maybe like that. Here we go. So it's much better that way, and you don't have a seam. I mean, yeah, you don't have a seam in theory. It's just, yeah, you will see with the texture, it looks very good. You can shade smooth. Then you can unhide the object, select both, and you can duplicate and rotate them around around the cursor. Maybe one here, duplicate, one here, and then you move them. You can scale them down. Origin to geometry, scale it down. Move up. Origin to geometry, scale it down. Move down. Move it here a bit. Rotate it. Okay, it's not so bad. Then you can hide again all the duplicate geometry. And you have your trunk. Now what you want to do is select everything, go to edit mode, and you will select the... I should have done this before, but that's okay. You select the top of each branch. You can also merge all objects with Ctrl G, it will be easier. Then you select the top of all objects, select more with Ctrl plus or whatever is your shortcut. You select more about like this. I guess it's fine. You go to the data tab and you add a vertex group, assign, and you do the same for the top. Maybe here is fine. Select assign. Okay, then you can add a particle system. We will import our leaves, so you add a plane and we will put the texture, create a marine shader, open desktop, and here our leaves. And you need to enable transparency, so it's here, alpha clip, and you need to play with this value to make it looks good. Okay, it looks good. Then you go. We don't need all of this. We only did one part. So if I go here, we will just use the one on the top. You can remove it in Photoshop if you don't need it. Just take this. Okay, that's all we need. Okay. You can scale it down like this. And for optimization, you can like Shift Control B, Shift Control B, Shift Control B, Shift Control B. Okay, to reduce the empty space. Then you move it like this. You want the base of the branch at the center, and you apply all transform. So the origin is at the center. You can hide it, and you can go back to your chunk again. Where is it? Okay, it's here. And in the particle system, you will want to choose hair. You can put this to 308. Maybe you can tweak that after. What's important is render object And here you choose your plane. This is the first thing to do, and then in the vertex group you select the group you made earlier. Then you can enable advanced rotation, global Y, and randomize. And as you can see, it doesn't look so bad. It looks like a tree made for Morrowind. You can also tweak these values. Okay, so now we can change our bark texture. Let's add a new material. Open desktop here. And let's apply it. Yeah, not bad. Now we can add some vehicle, for example. Let's expand. We can choose like light brown. Oh, we need to enable vehicle in the material tab. Like that. Okay, a little bit darker. Okay, a little bit darker. And almost black. Okay. That's basically how you do it. Next thing you wanna do is add custom normals for the leaves. So you go to the modifier tab, make instances real. Then you select one leaves again and apply all transforms. Yes. Then you can Ctrl G to merge all the leaves into one object. Then you can hide the particle system. Then you can select this, your leaves, and you will add a data transfer modifier. Next things to do is add a cube with a subdivision surface modifier. You can add like 2 levels. Apply, shade smooth, and you scale it in a way that it will fit, that your leaves will fit inside. Oh, sorry. Like this. Okay. Then you can hide it. And I will show you what it does. I will go here. Where is it? So this is your normals. And with the modifiers, you will go here, choose your cube, and you go inside first corner data, custom normal maps. And then what did I miss? Oh yeah, you have to enable auto smooth. Here we go. Before, after, before, after. So you can apply this after that. And you have much better shading on the leaves, as you can see. And now, last thing you want to do before exporting is unhide all the duplicate objects and remove the subdivision surface modifier. You don't need it. Then you can merge them, Ctrl G, and basically it's your collision. Isn't it great? You can reduce this one a little bit. Oh, come on. You have to apply this. We don't need this anymore. So it fits a little better the overall shape. Yeah, okay, alright, it's good. You can delete its face, you don't need it. And the ones inside. And the last one where it is, it's here. Okay. Tada. Can hide this. Then you add an empty. You call it collision. You select your collision. Control P to parent the object. Then you select everything. Apply all transforms. File. Export. NIF 322. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, you have a nice tree for Morrowind with your two shapes and your collision. Alright, that's the quickest way to do it that I found. Very quick, and it's basically like Morrowind quality. I hope it will be useful.